Yeah, thank you.
So we got a lot done today, I think.
Yeah.
We worked on a lot of different parts of putting. I think we kind of accomplished a little bit with the grip by really not accomplishing anything.
Right.
So we figured out that when your putting really struggles, that's when we change up the grip.
Yep.
And I think that, my personal opinion is that if we keep things consistent, we're going to be better players.
Yep.
So as we keep things the same, and to me, honestly, your grip looks fine. And there's nothing really mechanically wrong with it. So if we don't need to change it for any mechanical reasons, we should try to keep the same. We found a grip that we like,
Yep.
and a grip that we feel comfortable with, and so we're not going to try to change it when we're struggling.
Right. Yep.
We're going to keep it the same. So we're not really doing much with that, keeping it consistent so that our putting stays consistent. What are some drills that we did today? Could you kind of explain? Let's go over the three different kind of areas that we worked on.
Yeah. So we first we put a stick in line with like 3-footers. We put a stick in line with the left side of the hole, making sure you're going backswing is even and coming right through, hitting the back of the cup.
And what's the biggest thing that we focus on that drill is making everything go towards the hole.
Yep, correct.
Nothing left, nothing right.
Right.
So everything's moving straight towards the hole.
Yep.
Our face can move, right? Our
Yep.
face is allowed to move.
Yep.
But everything's going straight towards the hole.
Right.
Perfect. What's another element that we added into that when I pulled out the phone there?
Yeah, so we used the metronome. You can get it as an app or whatever, and just keeping that tempo the same on every type of putt. It can be a 15-footer or a 3-footer. Just making sure that tempo is the same.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna look a little crazy on the putting green with the metronome.
Right.
Just to get that feeling of the same. And I think, as you're putting and you're warming up for a round, I would never use a metronome.
Yeah.
But a good drill to do is just to practice going to different holes with that same tempo.
Right.
And as you move around, you're gonna learn that you're gonna learn to use that same tempo on every putt.
Correct.
It doesn't have to be the same tempo every time. You can mix up tempos when you're putting. Different people have different they have different timing on their putters.
Right.
So you can switch it up and see what feels comfortable with you, but just to get that feeling
Yep.
of using the same thing on every distance.
Yep.
Let's see here. And then what was the last thing we did here?
Just making sure you're playing a game with yourself, keeping the ball, let's say you hit 3 balls, keeping them all within 3 feet of the cup. That's when you can move on. You go to your next drill. That's when you can leave. Just making sure that you're getting three putts in a row, very close to the hole, keeping that same tempo and momentum.
Exactly. So trying to recreate that feeling on 18 or 17 when you're having a really good round and you got a 25-footer.
Yeah.
And you got to put it inside of 3 feet to give yourself a gimme. And then
Right.
You got to recreate that pressure in your practice, like with baseball, like with whatever, basketball. It's the same thing.
Right.
So those are 3 good drills that we can do at home.
Yeah.
And I think our putting stroke is looking really good right now. Another thing we changed, or kind of tweaked a little bit, is the shoulders, right?
Yeah, making sure they're square. That's a part of the game that even, swinging my irons, my driver, I felt like my shoulder was a little bit open. You fixed that, and it continued onto the putting green, which is another part you fixed.
Yeah, you see top to bottom throughout the game.
And the only thing that we changed was keeping the grip right hand a little bit under, which is which really helped that back shoulder keep it back a little bit.
So instead of trying to push this forward and getting a little tense right here, we just let this one hang a little bit more.
Yep.
And then you're a little bit looser right there.
Right.
Okay, awesome. Good stuff, Davis.
Yep, good
Thanks
stuff.
for coming out.
Yeah,